Hey everyone, and welcome. We all have them, right? Those huge, beautiful dreams. But the big question is always, how do we make them real? Well, today we're going to break down a super simple, practical guide for turning those big dreams into your actual reality, one small step at a time. First, let's do a little time traveling. I want you to think way back. When you were a kid, what did you want to be? An astronaut? A rock star? An artist? Just try to remember that feeling for a second, that amazing sense of excitement where anything felt possible. But yeah, we all know what comes next. We grow up, life happens, you've got bills to pay, responsibilities, and let's be honest, a very comfortable sofa. And all of that has a way of making our biggest dreams feel kind of far away, maybe even a little silly. They just get pushed to the back, lost in all the noise of day-to-day life. So the big question is, how do we get them back? How do we pull them out of the background? Well, it all starts with understanding one simple but really powerful difference. The difference between a dream and a goal. Getting this distinction is pretty much the foundation for making any real progress. Think of it like this. Your dream, that's the big what. It's the destination you can see in your mind's eye. A goal, on the other hand, is the small how. It's the very first stepping stone on the path that actually gets you there. So let's dig into that a little more. A dream is that big wish for your future. It's that vivid picture of the life you would absolutely love to have. It's not just an idea, It's a feeling, an aspiration that gets you excited and hopeful when you think about it. And a goal? A goal is the exact opposite of some big, fuzzy idea. It's a small, concrete action that you can take, like right now, to move just a tiny bit closer to that dream. It's literally the bridge between where you are today and that vision you're imagining. Okay, so how does this actually work in the real world? This, my friends, is where the magic happens. It's when we connect that huge abstract dream to tiny, totally manageable actions. So, let's imagine your big dream is to create a safe, welcoming space for people to learn and grow. That's a beautiful, inspiring vision, right? But if you just sit around imagining it, well, nothing's going to happen. You have to ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do right now? And the answer is surprisingly simple. The goal isn't to build the whole thing tomorrow. No way. The goal is to just work on it for 15 minutes today. Maybe you write down one new idea, or you test out one small exercise. See? Little by little, that dream starts to become real because you're feeding it with these small, consistent actions. Or, hey, maybe your dream is less about building something for other people and more about just changing how you live. Like a dream for a slower life with a small house and a quiet garden. It's not just a place, it's a feeling, a whole different way of being. So, what are the goals for that dream? Well, you can prepare for the future by setting aside a small, fixed amount of money each month. But just as important, you can start living a piece of that dream right now by, say, spending one afternoon a week in a quiet park. You're not just waiting for the future, you're practicing for the life you want. Okay, so we get the theory. Big dream, small steps. Sounds good. But we all know that life is messy and super noisy, so how do we actually stay focused on those small steps? Let's get into a practical toolkit. The truth is, life is just full of distractions. Notifications, snacks, 1,000 different things pulling at our attention. Having a dream is wonderful, and having a goal is powerful. But staying focused, that's the really hard part. And that's exactly why you need a plan. So here are 3 simple, super practical ideas to help you protect that dream of yours. First, choose one priority. Second, set a daily anchor. And third, protect your attention. Let's break each of those down real quick. So many of us get completely overwhelmed because we're trying to chase like 10 dreams at once. The key is to choose one main priority for this season of your life. It doesn't mean you're abandoning the other dreams. You're just politely asking them to sit in the back seat for a little while. This focus gives you so much clarity and power. Next up, you need a daily anchor. Just like an anchor on a boat keeps it from drifting away, a daily anchor does the same thing for your dream. It's that one small, reliable action you take every single day that basically says to your dream, hey, I didn't forget about you. And finally, you have to protect your attention from what we can call dream thieves. These are all those little distractions, the constant phone notifications, the endless scrolling that just steal your time and energy. When it's time to work on your goal, you've got to make that time sacred. Put your phone on silent. Your dream deserves to be the star of the show, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Okay, so beyond the practical challenges of focus, there's another one that's tougher and a lot more emotional, and that is doubt. It can come from other people, for sure, but often the loudest voice of doubt is the one coming from inside our own heads. You know how it goes. You get excited about an idea, you share it with someone, and they say, be realistic, or you're way too busy for that. That's impossible. It can feel so heavy. And yeah, it hurts, especially when it's coming from people you care about. So what do? First, share your dream selectively. You really don't have to tell everyone everything. Keep it a little private, a little precious. Find the people who get it, who support you. And always, always remember, their doubt is usually about their own fears. It's not about your potential. But man, the toughest critic is almost always the one in our own mind, right? When you're tired or when progress feels really slow, that little voice can start to whisper, I'm not good enough, I'm going too slow, what's even the point of all this? When that voice gets loud, I really want you to remember this. Your dream is not a deadline. It's not some finish line you have to race across by a certain date. It's a direction. It's a compass that just quietly shows you the way forward, giving you hope and purpose along the way. We've covered a lot here: dreams, goals, focus, doubt. But you know what? It all comes down to this one simple thing: your very next step. Not some giant leap, just a small, gentle step forward. So, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this one question. It doesn't have to be perfect. It definitely doesn't have to be huge. Just, what is one small, honest, gentle step you can take this week in the direction of your dream? What will yours be?